Okay, so we should be live right now. Okay, so welcome back to Enlightened Trading. How you all doing? This is a live stream once again coming to you live from the Bitcoin and other crypto charts, taking a look at the crypto market. Let me know in the comment section down below if you think the music is a little bit too loud or if you're fine with it. Hope you are all fine. Yeah, how you're doing? How you all doing? Let me know in the chat down below. Let's just send this live stream link to all your friends, all your crypto people out there. Make some noise for my algorithm, I meant to say, on YouTube. Let's get me to 100 subscribers. I would of course really appreciate that. Yes, so looking here at the Bitcoin chart, make sure you make yourself comfortable. We're going to take like a laid back look at these charts with, you know, some perspective on where we are also in the broader term. So where we're going to start is usually from a bigger picture. So you can see here on the daily, I said this also in a video of mine lately, I would adjust this really now as a descending triangle, where you have these lower lows and basically same, I mean, you have lower highs and same lows here on the bottom, and then you usually break down. But since this is a bull market, and also kind of since we had the Elon pump here actually happening on the 9 sell on a T indicator sequential, very interesting. But still, nonetheless, we had the Elon pump and then we had the dump afterwards. And what is pretty interesting is that if I would go, for example, here to GBTC, and you can also use the CME chart, but for this perspective I will use GBTC. So you can see also, for example, we have now a gap which could be filled here in the future, since I'm pretty bullish on Bitcoin for now. I mean, of course this still could happen, but I don't see it as too likely right now, even though these gaps usually get filled. And we also had here a big gap up on GBTC as well, but also on the CME chart. And you can see, for example, right here where we gapped up and we fill these gaps. Usually we fill these gaps. Of course, this is no guarantee, but this could be one of the reasons why Bitcoin once again came down after all these people went heavily long here at the top, and maybe they waited for consolidation, added back in, and then it got stopped out again. So we are actually, and I looked at support here in the vicinity of, I will go back to Bitcoin once again, and I will tell you one pattern I looked at here which actually played out as well. So if you enjoy the live stream for now, make sure you, as I said, help the algorithm and pump the live stream up. Leave a like down below, of course, and let me know in the comments what you think. So yes, Bitcoin, we had the Elon pump, as I said, where we gapped up like 15% in a few hours, and then we dumped all the way down, and all the longs got liquidated once again. I will deactivate for now my tier indicator sequential, so you have a bit more clarity on the chart. Yes, and so I looked at these two levels, and you can also go here. I will pull it up right there. You can go to my TradingView profile. It's also linked in the description below, or at least it should be. If you don't, let me know in the comments. I will add it, of course. So, okay, I got myself muted. To my TradingView profile. It's also okay. If you don't, let me know in the comments. I will add it, of course. Just checking in. Okay, all working fine. So here I basically said I would be looking for a move to the upside out of this ascending triangle. Yes, yet there of course was pretty heavy resistance right at 35,000 approximately, and also we have still the major resistance at 38,000. There was still support at the $32,000 to $33,000 level. I think, no, I did not mention it in this chart, but I mentioned it in my latest video, so make sure you check that out as well. So, and you can see we had to fake out of this ascending triangle. It then broke down, broke lower, made a lower low, went again into the $32,000 range, which still was heavily supported. And afterwards we had a rally, and then you can of course decide, or at least see for yourself what happened. If we go to the hourly chart, then you can see we had these support levels, and then we came all the way down to the low of the pump. And as I said, if you would look at GBTC, I would use my chart for this. On the low of the pump, this was exactly where this gap was, and we filled it. Of course, we went a little bit lower, but that's not too problematic. We went to the low of the pump, just shy of it, and consolidated below resistance right here. So we had our dump, then we consolidated, went to resistance of the 35 to 34, 35,000 to $34,800 level, and then broke lower, broke the first support, then broke to the second support. Afterwards we broke resistance, went again to the $34,800 level, and this was actually when I became rather bullish on Bitcoin, because you can see we have the first left shoulder, then we have the head, and then I thought it was quite possible to form a right shoulder, which we did. We came all the way down to my target, which was in the vicinity of 33,000. We were just shy off of it, and then we pumped to the upside, or at least we moved steadily and formed then the right shoulder, and we are now consolidating on support. I mean, I would have liked this to go to consolidate a little bit higher, but I still think we have a lot of support in the lower $34,000 level. So I am pretty bullish here on Bitcoin, and of course I will give you my Ethereum analysis in just a minute, but Bitcoin is still the leading indicator for the whole crypto market and for all these other altcoins as well, where we are going. Okay, so Bitcoin short term, as I said, we have a bullish reversal pattern, which most likely will send it higher. We are currently forming inside bars on the 4-hour chart, where you can see the range of the prior candle is within, or the range of the current candle is within of the prior candle, and you can see how these lows and highs are still within the prior candle, and this is basically what you would call an equilibrium or consolidation. So we are currently forming a bull flag on the hourly and 4-hour chart, and that's also the reason why I think the $38,000 level is coming in the near-term future. And when I say near-term future, I mostly mean like 1 or 2 days. I think we can slowly get steam here, maybe once again come back down into the 35,000 before then steadily climbing up. And I think once we break 38,000, we will not hesitate too long before getting 40, and then we can still see what happens. But I think Bitcoin will climb steadily up here in the next few days, and of course the next few weeks. So Let me just, I will, okay. Let's start off with a clean chart, and you can look here, for example, at the 2 indicator sequential. It gave you a 9 sell in consolidation. This is a bullish sign, as I already stated multiple times. You would expect this to break out. This is consolidation after a very nice pump, which usually leads to more upside. If I would use my retracement tool, and you can see from the high to the low, it is 31 to 32%. So it's okay regarding how deep the correction is. We of course had deeper corrections in the past, but still I think this is sufficient for now at least, and I think definitely sufficient for a target of at least 50k. I think 60k is though still a little bit more likely, since the range of this move, as I said, if you would extend it to the upside, then this would lead you, I mean, yes, for now it would target $35,000. I still think 60 are a bit more likely, since the whole market is pretty bullish. Yes, so I mean, we could take a look at the RSI, for example, as well. This would still tell you that we are too overbought, yet I mean, we can still get more overbought, and especially the RSI can fall even though price is rising. So even though the RSI might still be overbought, this is no definite sign that also price correction will come. For example, we can move here even longer in this consolidation, and as I said, I think Bitcoin will most likely creep up here. It won't explode like it did on this Elon pump. I think it will take its time, move slowly, move sideways, and then pick up in pace once we get into the high 40, I mean into the high 30s and into $40,000 range. Then I think it will again pick up in steam, and this would still give you the possibility to consolidate maybe like even 1 to 2 weeks. Even though I think Bitcoin might break out in 2 weeks, in the second week, I still think we can consolidate here a little bit longer and maybe form a more beautiful equilibrium or bull flag. You can see the 30-day, for example, I mean the 3-day, for example, not being perfect with its lower highs and lower lows. Kind of ugly, actually. I mean, you could draw here a bull flag, which on a 3-day works quite nicely. On daily it's not. I mean, it's okay, it's fine. But if I would draw it on a daily, I would actually do it like this, even though this wick then wouldn't be included. But still, we also have the possibility to just be in this bull flag, where we might once again come back down a little lower and not just see the breakout. This actually works quite nice. I don't know why I never looked at it this way. We could possibly also draw a pitchfork. This is just some freestyling here. I like to use pitchforks when they... yes, it works actually. When they seem to be followed by price, then I like to use them. But sometimes they just do not work, which is okay, of course. You can see how nicely this actually works. I mean, If I would just go through this pitchfork with you, I will once again deactivate my TIA indicator sequential. And before going through the pitchfork, let me just take a second. So let me just take a second here. I'm going through, I'm on my phone, as you could probably imagine. Okay, so going through this pitchfork with you guys now, so you can see how we form these lower highs here on the top on the range. On the bottom you have these two touches. You also have this consolidation, which works okay. So you have the middle line, which is of course the most important. You have 2 times support, 3 times support, then it's broken, goes back into the lower range, comes back up, gets to resistance, consolidates below it, pumps above it, goes into the second line of resistance, again drops lower, has again, then again the middle line acts as resistance since it's broken, bounces again into the second lower range, and then moves all the way to the upside, goes into the mid range again. And then, I mean, I could adjust this pitchfork a little bit, where you would say you do it like this, and then you have a bit better of a touch where you do it like this to include this high as well a little bit better. And then you have even better touches here in the midsection and on the bottom range. Again, you move to the upside, then drop lower into the second perfectly, into the mid range, perfectly touching it, and then you move above it once again as you broke the second line from the top, and then you move into the third line into the second. These are of course Fibonacci's, and my tools I can so there you have them. So the orange one is the 0.382, the green one is the 6.8, and the one is of course the outer range, the outer ranges, and the mid one is the mid one. Yes. So this pitchfork works actually quite nicely. I might take this into account in my future trades. Yeah, looks bullish actually. I mean, I mostly looked at it from this perspective. We have this downward sloping trend line, which also coincides with these supports in this range. So of course this also worked out quite nicely. Yes, so okay, that's it for Bitcoin. We can now go into our Ethereum analysis. Actually, Ethereum once again breaking up a little bit lower. Let's take a look at it. Okay. So zooming out on the daily, we have a few things to look out for. So we need to include it. So on the daily, we still, let's go to the 12th hour, it's a bit more clear. And I will delete, actually, let's do it from the 4-hour. So 4-hour chart, you can see we have these descending channels here on the 4-hour chart. I would have done it like this, because on the hourly it works a little bit better. So you have these descending channels where you have the touches on the top and bottom range. Once you break out, you move above, you kind of consolidate, and then again you move into resistance. The resistance was around the $1,400 range, actually around the all-time high, which was at $1,419. You actually broke it a few times, but never stayed above it on the daily on the daily chart. So I didn't consider it as really broken. And then you can see you form again a descending channel before then finally moving into the resistance once again, as I said, at $1,400, right at $1,420, $1,430. And as you saw maybe earlier today, we actually broke into the 1450s. We consolidated around this range, which kept me very bullish. I thought this has a high potential of once again breaking to all-time highs, and it did. So very crucial now for Ethereum. I mean, of course, it still can backtest 1420. I would like it not to. I mean, no surprise. I'm in an Ethereum position, which has a break even around 1354 to 55, which is quite nice. I averaged down in these two descending channels, and I'm for now in profit. Of course, I do not intend to take profit for the next few days. I might do so if we really get this pump going. For now, I think it will mostly be a steady up move until Bitcoin also picks up in pace, maybe shortly depleting Ethereum of strength, but then Bitcoin really could pump Ethereum as well higher. But I think this is a nice setup for Ethereum. I really like this ascending triangle as well, because if you go to the 4-hour chart once again and zoom out, then you can see that if I deactivate this channel for now and only use this resistance, then you can see we have this very nice blue ascending triangle. I mean, it kind of doesn't work with this wick, but still I think it's very fine actually. And yes, so where we have same highs basically and higher lows every time around a significant support range, and then you usually break to the upside. Also, as I said, a very nice consolidation right here at the top, which sends prices higher in most cases. So Ethereum should pick up in pace. I would really like a close today on the daily chart above 1420. We did not have that we never had that. So if we really get a close above $1,400, then I think Ethereum is set up for a bigger move in the next few weeks. Okay, so why do I only have one viewer? Let me know why that is. I mean, it's fine. What you gotta expect, man? My shirt actually matches the background today, which I think is really nice. Okay, so my target for Ethereum is short-term $1,500. Afterwards, I think we could expect a retrace into the 1400s again. I think this is very likely. So I might take out partial profits here around 1500, and then I will add again once we retest prior resistance, which hopefully will then become support. So I would expect a break into like 1550. Afterwards, a correction into the 14 low to mid 1400s, and then again most likely a move into resistance and most likely break this upwards sloping trend line. I think Ethereum really has the potential to move to my $2,000 target. I mean, of course it also could not, but I would expect it to. And I wouldn't be surprised if it did. So, Litecoin. What is Litecoin doing? Very interesting actually what Litecoin is doing. Very clear level of resistance right at $146, which was the last swing high. You can, I mean, not really since we broke higher, but the really important last high before we moved into $180 was, as I said, as 146, and we are just retesting it. You can see we had a wick into 145.92, so 146 still key level of significance for the Litecoin chart. Also, you can see these touches around the 146 range. If I just showed you on the 4-hour chart, the retests of this level. Also, we have the setup trendline resistance of the tier indicator sequential aligning with the $146 level on the 4-hour chart at least. On the daily, let me take a look at the daily. Daily, it could be forming soon. Could be an issue since we kind of broke support here on this close, but it didn't really. So this was definitely a fake out here in the bottom. So I adjusted my symmetrical triangle or my pennant, which you would also could say. And I think it actually works nicer now. Doesn't look that bad in my opinion, where you have the touches on the bottom and then very clear level of resistance here on this descending trend line, and you broke it. So we could be looking at a retest. We could definitely go back to like 138, 135. Wouldn't be of any surprise to me if we did so. Yet we are kind of consolidating below resistance on the hourly chart, which I like. But we also did that the last time and then broke lower. So we still, as I said, could be looking here for a retest. But on the hourly chart, you can also see that after we broke out into key level of resistance on the hourly chart, which was at 143 of the setup trend line, these red dots right here. Once we broke in this range, we came back down and retested it. So we also already retested on the hourly chart, not really on the 4-hour chart. I like this pennant on the 4-hour chart the most. On the daily, it's not as clean, but it's still pretty clean. So yeah, Litecoin. I mean, it's a little bit troublesome, because if I would go to, let me just add another layer. pull up the Litecoin BTC chart. I mean, this is really not pretty. You could, yes, you could kind of argue, hey, we are in a support zone, and I mean, not really, not yet. But you could, I mean, I wouldn't use, yeah, you could kind of say we are at support. I mean, on the daily and on the short-term target, we are at support because we have like 0.0365 approximately, 369, 367 as support. We retested it nicely and are now moving higher. So I mean, short term, really short term, Litecoin might outpace Bitcoin, but I mean, it's in a monthly, weekly, and all time downtrend. So I'm really not bullish on Litecoin BTC, and so I might close on my Litecoin trade once I think it moved into a nice profit zone. Yeah, but today, for example, Litecoin performed the best. Monthly actually about to have a nice sell here on Litecoin. Pretty interesting. Might actually bounce lower. I mean, of course, since Bitcoin does not currently have a 9 sell on the monthly, Litecoin will most likely not respect its 9 sell. But we'll see. We'll definitely see. So $146, the most important level for Litecoin. Make sure you watch out for it. Okay, so kind of sad we don't get more views, but that's what it is. What you gotta do? What you gotta do, man? So actually, didn't see it. We perfectly went to $1,500 on Ethereum. Nice one. Bitcoin still consolidating, still going sideways. Yeah, very interesting actually what happened here, or what is currently still happening. If you are still live, they are still alive.
So, whoa, we got 18,900 likes. We're really close to the 20,000 likes mark. If you guys have not yet liked this video.
So I mean, you definitely heard of it. Brian Young here, host of Wall Street Bets, as far as I know it at least. Doing a live stream, you can see 200,000. I mean, if I would reload it, then approximately it's like 10,000 more. But yeah, really insane what's going on at this guy's channel. And I mean, you can see the comments, how they always say hold, buy, and people come by and tell him like, hey, I don't know, I'm not in it for the money, I'm in it for the message and all of this stuff. And they all get like these big morals about money. And I mean, I get it. I'm a Bitcoin investor. I get why they would view it from the perspective of, okay, this is us against them, our little people, or us little people, like David against Goliath. And hey, they kind of won, at least in the short term. But I really think they will kind of lose in the long term. I mean, I will let them do, of course, what they want to do, but I wouldn't be part of it personally. Definitely wouldn't. Think it's very sketch, very sketch. Also, I didn't know this guy. Like, everyone seems to assume they know him and what his intentions are. Very interesting. Actually, on Ethereum, you can see perfect retest. I mean, not perfect, okay. We went lower, but for now, a retest of the all-time high. Let's see where Ethereum goes. Hopefully to the moon. I would love that. Love Ethereum to go to the moon. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to wrap this stream up. Don't think there are too many people coming, but hey, what you gonna do? Okay, so I'm making money on my own. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up. Oh. I'm going to wrap this stream up. Don't think. So. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. This one viewer I seem to have. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream. If you did, let me know in the comments. Don't think you will answer, but I did. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. As I said, hope you enjoyed the video. And leave a like, subscribe to the channel, of course. Hopefully we go along. And you know, hopefully you'll learn something. Could be important, this whole crypto Bitcoin stuff in the future. Yeah, thank you very much. See you guys and girls and people back next time. Bye.